Recently, I've been working on a truck that has been stretched or added onto. Frame modified. That's what we'll go with. Frame modifications. Anyway, I was recently asked, how can you tell? Well, let's go over this. One of the easiest ways to tell is to pretty much take your VIN number and then go to the manufacturer and say, hey, what's the wheelbase of this truck? And then measure the wheelbase of the truck. But there are other ways to tell without doing that. All right, so one of the easiest ways to tell is if you notice here, you can see the heads of the bolts. All the way down. All you see is bolt heads, right? Manufacturers do not run nuts on the inside, or if they run huck bolts, the huck nuts are usually on the outside as well. Now, this is so that way you can see them moving, you can see different things. One, it's easier to put the sleeve on and attach all the attachments and still be able to huck everything down because it's hard to get a huck gun inside there. Another dead giveaway is all of these are standard bolts. Now, this is a Mac, so obviously it should be metric. So basically, this truck wasn't spec'd to have a sleeve in it, and so they put a sleeve in it and put all the nuts on the inside. The number one thing that gave it away is the oblong holes here that look like they've been torch cut, as you can see there. And of course, the most obvious, the butt weld that is protruding. And not far away, the other butt weld of the sleeve. Ugh, what is wrong with these people? Look at that. That's ridiculous. If you don't believe me, let's walk over here and I'll show you. This is another roll-off right here, and as you can see here, all your huck bolts are on the outside. Cross-member huck bolts, right there, everything. All the way down, all your suspension huck bolts and everything. And this truck, it came spec'd out with a double frame, ready to go. Now, when sleeving a truck and adding on and actually putting a sleeve in, you can butt weld the frame. It's not recommended, but you can butt weld the frame, butt weld the sleeve, but you need to have a pretty significant offset from weld to weld. If you have just a straight up and down weld right here, like so, and you weld this together, then all of your force is running up and down on the weld. You know, if you run at an angle, you run the force differently up and down the weld. But that's just a few things to look for whenever you're purchasing a vehicle. Some things stand out pretty obvious, but some things don't. So, anytime you buy a semi, always inspect the frame and look for little details like that.